you were tight, then you were loose, and the car was pretty darn good. Matt, is there anything you guys could have done differently or would do if you had to do it over?
Yeah, man, I'm happy to finish third. Our whole Dollar General crew did a really great job tonight. We were off the first 2 or 3 runs, and I just couldn't stand it. We just couldn't get to turn, and Jason found some adjustments that the car really liked. Really woke the car up mid-race. We're just so far behind because I qualified poorly and took all night to get back there. So at the very end, he gave me a shot to win again, and I'm slightly disappointed that I didn't take advantage of that opportunity. We had best tires, got a really good restart there, and got up to second, and just Brad did a really good job. He did all he could do without wiping us out to get me up out of the groove and clear me. And once he got in front of me, I just didn't have enough, to catch him, guys.
Still a 4-point lead right now in the championship standings. Now we're going to the big wild card, Talladega. How do you see things unfolding from here?
Well, you never really know. Jimmy's certainly been strong in the plate races. Harvick's always really good there, and so you never know what's going to happen at Talladega. I'm glad we're still in the lead. There's a lot of racing to do. We made it through the first half of it and maintained a very small lead. So that's better than being behind. So let's go to Talladega, race hard. Hopefully our car will have some speed in it, and we'll be able to hang up front somewhere.
All right, the man chasing Matt Kenseth in the points is with Vince Welch.
And that man is Jimmy Johnson, who brought it home fourth tonight, led 130 laps in position late in the race. What happened on the last restart, Jimmy?
Well, there's that last caution, which certainly shook things up. And then I pushed the 5 off into turn 1, and evidently I was too close to him and in his wake, and my car washed up a little bit. As I started to leave the bottom, you can see the 18 and a couple guys get in there inside of me, and just lost track position at that point, which was unfortunate. And once I got rolling and got going again, I was fine, but I just lost too much at that point.
Big picture, 4 points out of the championship, continuing to chip away at it. What do you feel? How do you feel about the way the night wrapped up?
Wish we finished better, but certainly a strong performance for this Lowe's car. Very proud of the effort, the fast car, great qualifying effort, great pit stops. Everything's there. We're doing our job, and we'll just keep working away at it week after week and see what we can get.
Jimmy Johnson, fourth tonight. Jamie?
And Casey Kane talking to the media, finished second tonight. Great night for the 5 car. Casey locked up the most points, led there. How much fun was it in that last run? Your car was so good and battling. The best battle all night with Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, I actually had a great car all night. Our Quaker State Chevrolet was really good, and we were on 2 tires, he was on 4, so I felt like he could maneuver a touch better than I could, and I tried everything to keep him behind me. He cleared me once, and I got back by him, and we just battled hard, and he did a really good job. He had a fast car at the end, and we came close. I actually started to reel him back in with like a lap or 2 to go, and then I rubbed the wall off 4, trying to just get all I could, and from that point it was about holding off Kenseth. But we had a really good Quaker State car all night, and wish we could have won, but second is too bad.
All right, let's go to Doc.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., fast race car early, led some laps, and then everything. Debris on the grill, shaking and vibrating. And then you talked about some bouncing and some chassis issues. Explain what you were talking about.
The car just got really, really tight. We got to dig it back and something moved, something in the setup's moved. But the car was real quick at the start of the race and was just kind of real happy with the speed. The 5 was really good, and the 48 got real good. But still thought we had a top 5 car, and I don't know what happened. We lost the rubber out of the right rear spring or something like that. But it just would not turn at all. They last half of the race pretty much, and we just kind of trying to figure out what's going on. We'll get it back and figure it out when we get to the shop on Monday. But still a good effort by all the guys on the time. We're okay with Chevrolet, and we're having some pretty good cars. We just something happened tonight. We ain't quite sure what it was. We'll find something, I'm sure. Cars don't get that tight, from running that good without any adjustments. We were freeing it up, moving the track bar, taking wedge out, and it's just getting tighter and tighter. Something's wrong with it.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. finishes 15th.
All right, Doc, thanks. And we look ahead to the final 5 races of this season. What a great variety of racetracks and an interesting variety of circumstances for these drivers to negotiate for us to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be great to watch these next 2 weeks in particular. Talking about Talladega, Martinsville, a lot of cars been on the lead lap, beating and banging there too. Should be interesting.
Yeah, talking about ticket to the race, that Talladega race is going to be fun.
The largest and smallest tracks on the circuit, from the bumper-to-bumper drafting of Talladega and the Big Wreck to the bumper-banging, fender-shoving, temper-boiling short track action of Martinsville. Join us at the track as the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup is down to its final 5 races. The captain, Roger Penske, celebrating with his group in victory lane. The Husker Racing president, Tim Cindric, there. Brad Keselowski celebrating his first win of this season. Looked for a while tonight like Jeff Gordon was in position to contend for his first win of the year. Instead, he has to settle for 7th.
With pole sitter Jeff Gordon, and Jeff Lee had a strong car early. Looked like the car sort of came and went a little bit. You made a run late. Tell us what you were battling.
Yeah, you know, all weekend long we were, other than qualifying, we were just battling getting the car through the center of the corner. You know, having the rear security on fresh tires, and then having the front to turn once the pressures and the heat got in the tires. So, you know, it was a fantastic performance. It just, you know, that balance, we just could never really get it, and certainly it helps when you're out front. And that first run, you know, it was pretty good, but I could feel it going that direction, and you know, my car was just really good on 4 tires there at the end. I love the call by Alan to take 2 and got us up there, and I went through 1 and 2, and I was like, oh boy, you know, we might have something for him. But then I went through 3 and 4, and it got tight, and boy, it just kept getting tighter and tighter. So I thought we were pretty fortunate to finish 7th and put in a great effort, and you know, really kind of hang in there.
Jeff Gordon hangs in for a solid 7th place finish.
All right, Doc, so as we look at the photos being staged and the celebration ongoing in victory lane, DJ, Andy, you think back on this 500 miles tonight, what sticks?
Well, 2 things. Brad Keselowski, great job of coming back. Kevin Harvick recovering, keep himself in the championship battle. But I think more than anything, Jimmy Johnson and his team have to be a little bit depressed about getting beat by Matt Kenseth and actually losing a point when it looked like they were going to probably take the points lead.
And that's me. I'm probably most impressed with this, just how solid Matt Kenseth and that 20 team were. Weren't flashy. They just made their way slowly up to the front, and they got their high to water mark at the end of the race, finishing 3rd.
It's amazing how that leader onto pit road for the last pit stop on these mile-and-a-half tracks played out again tonight, and we've still got a couple more of the mile-and-a-half speedways left in these last 5 in the chase. All that goes out the window for next Sunday, though, as we go to the world's fastest speedway at Talladega. A week from tomorrow at 1 Eastern Time on ESPN, our telecast presented by 5 Hour Energy. It'll be wild, it'll be crazy. How it affects the championship, we'll find out 1 week from tomorrow. And coming up next, your late local news, except on the West Coast. This has been a presentation of ESPN, a determined drive by Michigan's Brad Keselowski, as him celebrating in Charlotte Motor Speedway's victory lane.
Not the time for excuses.
All 4 Hendrick Motorsports cars in the top 4 spots.
The moment is right there, begging to be taken.
Whoa, Blue's right there.
So hard to take.
And for the first time in a long time, a non-chaser has won a